Hi, my name is Fatima. This is Given the Choices We Have, the Power of Allyship. My talk today is a teaser for my keynote that I'll be giving tomorrow. The overall themes and some of the structure is the same, so you might hear similar stories, but the keynote will dive a little bit deeper into a lot of the topics. And then I'm looking forward to your impressions of both talks. So talk to me on Tuesday. I'm feeling really emotional after Rochelle's talk, but when I was 8 years old, we moved to Fresh Meadows, and I met my new best friend, Gloria. And Gloria and I bonded over our love of the swings at the big kids park. We were only allowed to go to the big kids park with parental supervision. We played together every day after school. We taught each other Korean and Urdu words, and sometimes we did each other's homework too. In the summers, we had these picnics in the park where we would lay back on the grass and we'd look up at the sky and we'd look for clouds that looked like Pokemons and point those out to each other. And Gloria always brought a pack of ramen. We'd crack the noodles in half. We'd sprinkle the seasoning all over these raw noodles, and then we'd eat them raw. We just really liked salty, crunchy things, and we were too young to understand why we were having these stomach aches every week. But our friendship changed after 9/11. When I finally saw Gloria again, it was this golden autumn afternoon. I was wearing my favorite dress. It was this dress with this big sunflower on top. I met her in the park where we would always meet after school, and she handed me our friendship bracelet and an unopened pack of ramen noodles. "We can't be friends anymore," she told me, "because my mother says that you're a terrorist." It wasn't the first time that I had felt this otherness. It was one of many experiences with discrimination that led me towards realizing the importance of speaking up for others so they wouldn't have to go through what I had gone, towards having courage in the face of unfairness, and towards allyship. But being an ally goes beyond pinning pronouns to our badges or pronouncing names correctly. It's about putting actions behind our words and our commitments, even and especially in situations that make us uncomfortable. It's acknowledging that for many people, this feeling of otherness is a constant. That for many people, systemic oppression is constant. But the good news is that being an ally isn't something that you have to figure out all right now, all at once, and all today. It's a lifelong journey, and you don't have to figure it all out at once. I've been thinking a lot about what an allyship knapsack might include. So tools and provisions that allies like us can carry to help us support and uplift others. I think the first step of building this knapsack is agreeing to some core commitments. The first is, I can educate myself about the experiences and perspectives of marginalized groups, and I can listen to those groups when they speak. I can speak up when I hear someone making a racist, a homophobic, an Islamophobic, or inappropriate comment. I can use my voice, my time, my platform to amplify marginalized voices by sharing their work, promoting their ideas, and helping to create opportunities for them. I can donate my money to organizations that work to support marginalized groups, especially as I continue to make more and more money. I can use my social networks and connections to advocate for policies and practices that promote equity and justice. But ultimately, theory without practice is meaningless. We have to recognize the power that we have to make a difference, but we also have to use that power to take actions. And commitments like the ones that we just talked about can sometimes feel abstract or unrelatable in our everyday lives. So today I'd like to share with you 5 examples of allyship that I've experienced to give you a reference for spotting those opportunities in your life. In team meetings, my manager notices that sometimes I'm shy to interrupt other people. So he encourages me in our one-on-ones by acknowledging my ideas and giving me credit. He then goes and does that in the team meeting to prompt me to say something. His support makes me feel valued, and it sets a great example for the rest of the team to amplify voices in meetings. A white male coworker notices that a conference's lack of diversity and withdraws from the event. He educates the organizers about the importance of diverse representation and offers to recruit underrepresented speakers for his speaking slot. His allyship is impactful because he is making a personal sacrifice to raise awareness and create tangible change in the community. At an airport boarding line, a young Black woman stands up for me when an older man is shouting immigrant slurs. She confronts him, puts herself at risk to protect me by standing in front of me in line. Her allyship demonstrates solidarity and a willingness to stand up against discrimination. Rochelle and I are having a moment. After a late night team dinner, my coworker offers to walk me back to the hotel to make sure I return safely. His allyship shows support and builds trust. At the conference exhibit hall, community members helped me report a code of conduct violation after witnessing a situation where I was feeling really uncomfortable, but also really uncomfortable about reporting the situation. Their allyship shows an unwillingness to tolerate bad behavior in our community. I still think about Gloria sometimes, especially when I'm making ramen. So I'll have the full pack of noodles, I'll break off a corner, and I'll eat that part raw and I'll laugh. This memory is now a token of resilience. It's a reminder to continue to move forward with courage in a world where oppression is constant. It's one of the many intersectional pieces of my identity that make up who I am. Child of immigrants, Pakistani American, open source contributor, daughter, sister, niece, aunt, escape room enthusiast, and speaker. And as we journey through life, we'll continue to shape our identities through the experiences that we have and the choices that we make for ourselves. My hope is that from today onwards, that you'll all embrace allyship as an essential component of your own identities, not just as something that you commit to do, but as something that is part of who you are and shows up in your everyday lives. We all have the power to make positive change in our communities through the choices that we make. So let's choose to be allies. Thank you.